Hey friends, happy Thursday morning. I'm headed out to cross train. Actually, I took the day off today. Everybody needs rest days and we need cross training days, guys. You can't just run all the time. You'll injure yourself. Trust me, I know this. Hey guys, but I did want to share something with you before I left. I was in Romans this morning. That's one of my favorite books. I know I've talked about that before, and sometimes I'll go back and just reread something and just meditate on it. And Romans 1:10 was just one of those this morning where it says, Paul longed to visit Rome. He loved the Romans so much. In 1:10 it says, Paul longed to, he said, in my prayers at all times, and he prayed that at last, that by God's will, that the door would be open for him to come. And I just love that he acknowledged that is by God's will that he would go to love on them. And what I love most about this is a lot of people ask me, Melissa, what's God's will for my life? What's God's will? And I don't know your specific purpose. I know that my God gave me running as a platform to share the gospel, but I do know this: everybody shares the same purpose, and that's Mark 12:28-31, and that's to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. And the second is this: to love your neighbor as yourself. That is God's perfect will for our lives. That's what we're supposed to do. And sometimes we can only see the hand of God in that when we look back, which is what I wanted to share. I'm sure Paul looked back at so many things. He wanted to go to Rome, but he got there, but it wasn't the way that Paul wanted to, because God's hand was in it. And by the time Paul got there and the way that he got there, he preached the gospel in such a way that he could never have reached as many people if he'd have gone there straight on his own. But Exodus 3:12, God said to Moses, he said, I will be with you, and this will be a sign to you that it is I who sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God on this mountain. Wouldn't that just a sign? Wouldn't Moses have loved that before he went in to gather up the Israelites and to face Pharaoh? But sometimes we only see it looking back, guys. So look back on all the great things God has done in your life and let it spur you forward, guys. Have a fantastic Thursday.